Hey there, Magic players. Barry White here from MagicUntapped.com and Magic Untapped right here on YouTube. With me, ta-da, Gavin Verhey, Principal Game Designer for Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast. Gavin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm here at MagicCon. It's one of my favorite times out of the year. Going to talk to all kinds of people about Magic and show off some upcoming cool new stuff too.
A lot of cool new stuff at every MagicCon. But about a year ago this October, we had a bit of a change, a bit of a shake-up with one of the formats, Commander, probably the most popularly played format. I would assess. You'd probably agree with me on that, I think. We had the Commander format panel, correct?
Yeah.
We're a year into it now. How's this year been with the format and with the panel?
I think it's been really great. You know, the panel is 16 folks plus myself, and we talk throughout. Basically all day, every day, as our phones are notifying us, sending thoughts back and forth about the format, checking in with health on things. We've developed a brand new matchmaking system called the bracket system that has been working really well for us so far. If you go over to the command zone, for example, this weekend, you'll see all kinds of folks sitting down at their tables and identifying their decks by their brackets. And we've even unbanned some cards, which is all very exciting. I think there's still some work to be done. We've identified some stuff for the future. And we've got some bracket refinements we're working on right now. You'll hear more about that at some point. But on the whole, a lot of the work that we've done, I've been really happy with. And the group is fantastic. Like, it's a group of folks from all around the world. You know, we have Japan and Australia and Latin America and Europe and, of course, the US. So lots of people from all over providing their thoughts on Commander and what it's like in their local areas.
So now that we're at this kind of 1 year anniversary, what's some of the player feedback that you've seen and received? Because I know you got ears everywhere. How's it been for you on the receiving end from the player side?
Overall, people have been really just appreciating the transparency and communication, the ability to write articles, check in. We're all very public faces on social media they can come and talk to. I think that's been one of the biggest takeaways for me is, wow, people love hearing about all this stuff.
Has there been, based upon some of the feedback though, have there been some talks behind the scenes, maybe anything influenced some change over the past year?
Well, I think one of the great things is, Commander is a format of the people, right? It was created as a fan format. I wanted to keep the power with the fans, which is why this group, the format panel, exists at all. I think that all of us take that feedback that we get and we bring that all the way up to the top. Hey, the brackets are working. It could be done a little better this way. All right, let's bring this in here. Oh, hey, we're hearing maybe these cards would be okay to unban. Let's bring this in here. And all kinds of other stuff too. And bringing all that together has been, I think, really good.
Now, let's talk about the brackets a little bit, because the brackets, there's a game changer list, different types of combos, but sometimes people just have trouble assessing, like, is this really a 3? Is this more like an almost 4? Any tips for people as they try to assess their own decks, just to be fair with their friends?
So I'll give just a little recap here. So the Commander bracket system works like this. There's 5 different brackets, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there's also a thing called the Game Changers list. The Game Changers list are a list of cards that if you're playing them, you kind of mean business, right? These are cards that are like, wow, that's going to make a big impact on the game.
Like Demonic Tutor and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, right. Cards that have a Rhystic Study, Smother and Tithe, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Bracket 1 is very much like the super for fun, like I'm playing my goofy deck here. You do not end up with a Bracket 1 deck normally, right? This is like I'm playing my all people with pointy hats deck, or I'm playing my deck that every letter starts with M, something like that, right? That really has like a strong sense of creativity. It's about flavor before function. Bracket number 2 is what we call core. We kind of pegged a lot of pre-cons at this level, although that terminology I think could use a little bit of work. But it's kind of like, it's a very even-keeled playing experience and sort of about slowly building up over time. The wins are often telegraphed. You see them coming. They're not a surprise. Critically, at this bracket level 1 and 2, you'll find no game changers. So that really lets you know it's a safe space. If you don't want to play with Rhystic Study and Smother and Tithe and all the other cards on that list, you don't have to. Bracket 3 start getting into a little bit higher power. You can play up to 3 game changers in your deck. Wins can start coming out of nowhere. Still no infinite combos. We don't want that at the lower brackets in the early turns. And then 4 is kind of anything goes, no holds barred. 5 is a competitive commander, CDH, which is a bit like no holds barred with a tournament mindset. That's a very quick overview of what those are. The biggest thing for me, and the thing I want to stress with all of these, is it's way more about mindset of what you're trying to do than about the cards in your deck, right? Like I can build a deck that follows the rules of bracket 2 and is extremely powerful because it's about the mindset you're putting into it. So I really stress to all you out there to think about the mindset and the philosophy around you and your deck, and that will tell you what bracket you're in.
So it's one thing to have a very efficient infinite looping combo versus having a really janky, well, I need these 7 cards in the right order. Those are not equal.
Right, like it's possible you're like, oh, I built my combo deck. But combo deck could mean a bunch of 2-card combos that kill you instantly on turn 3, and it could, and that's bracket 3 or 4 sometimes, and it could mean my weird 7-card combo that is with cards you've never seen in your life that will take forever to assemble and I never get to do, and that's probably bracket 1. So it depends on the philosophy and intent quite a bit.
So if my intent is to go old school with an ATOG, an Ornithopter, an Enduring Renewal, and do that loop, that does not exactly make me a 4 or 5 deck.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, anything else that you want Commander players to know going forward with the panel?
Well, I just think stay tuned for some cool stuff coming up. We just had this really cool thing. We've never done anything like this before, called the Commander Summit, where we brought in the format panel, 2 wizards and design, and them all met together. We talked for 3 days about a bunch of stuff we're interested in with the format, and you'll hear about the results of that soon, kind of what some of our thoughts were. But it was just an amazing experience to collaborate together, and I'm hopeful for a lot more opportunities like it.
Okay. Gavin, thank you very much for your time. Always nice to talk Commander, and Popper, and a whole bunch of other things with you as well. And again, it's always great to have you on the channel.
You too, Barry.
Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.